Astrology time, everybody. It's Shane here with daily-astrocat. Hey, Tuesday, and it's the 2nd of September. 2, right? So, the moon's in Capricorn all day long. Oddly dreaming. We are stepping into the 3D from a higher dimension. And it's going to show. People will be looking at you like, what have you been on? I've been drinking my water, of course. Oh, if you haven't seen that episode, please go back. Check it out, okay? My personal waters, my elixirs of action. Anyway, that's what we're bringing into the 3D, right? The higher dimensional stuff. All right. So there's a point in Capricorn that will bring Capricorn acclaim to you when the sun's going to be in that point. Okay, we've got that, right? I saw that. That's very, very visible. It's very visceral. I like it. Okay. Now, what do you think? What else do you think you have going on today? Well, that's my prognostication for you, right? When the sun goes into Capricorn, there's something that's going to be gratified in there. Now, this is a continuation of the Scorpio season reward. That's exactly what it's going to be, because when the sun's in Scorpio, we're going to see a reward. It's also going to reward us when it's in Capricorn as well. You need to fully realize that this 3D world is where we have to do some of our work too, okay? I mean, just because I have the water, just because I have intentions and candles going and everything like that, it still has to be work to be done. I put out 2 episodes on Monday, and those 2 episodes took a lot of work. It took up most of the day because there's a lot of editing and waiting and downloading and all sorts of stuff. When you're doing anything that's longer than, say, like 5 or 10 minutes, then you start to run into that now. And I'm not sure if TikTok is a good place for the longer videos. Those videos were more weekly forecasts, and then there was also something special on the divine feminine and the energizing of it at this particular moment. Okay. But that divine feminine one actually had some asteroid information in it, and it could last for a while longer. That's perfect YouTube material. I don't know if it's so much for TikTok. Still figuring my way out, right? This 3D stuff is very confusing. It seems like the long one and the short one do very well on TikTok, and they do all right on YouTube as well. Where things don't do well is on Meta, okay? And I don't know why. It's just, I think there's a throttle on it. I think they choke it out. Anyway, I digress. Too much 3D information, right? Let's get back to the spiritual stuff. Let's get back to the astrology. So, trusting your faculties just got way easier because today, Mercury is going to move into Virgo at 9:23 in the morning. Everything you need to know is going to start to fall into place. And this is where we can begin the real work. So in essence, today's keyword is boost, because that's exactly how you're going to feel. Now, the color is the reddish brown of a black cat fur in the sunshine. All right, Virgos, rejoice. Plan to leave the house early due to extra traffic. Yeah, I'm sure you've already factored that in, right? You already know what the school bus times are. However, the rest of you are going to need to factor these things into your travel plans, okay? We will have a few days to acclimate and adjust. Things are going to get so much better because before that Virgo, the Mercury thing in Leo was just too wanting to be out there, too generalized, too like, no, you got to go slow because you have to know all this stuff. You have to have everything. All of a sudden, Mercury goes into Virgo, where it's both in domicile and exalted. And next thing you know, whoa, voila, we get to know just about everything, provided we did the work, okay? Do the work. If you do it now, if you do it after Mercury enters Virgo, you will be that much more informed. So make sure you're doing it. It's a great day for starting, right? It's a great day for starting new kinds of things. Even though we got all these things, retrograde and stuff like that, Shane. Yeah, Yeah, it is. It's a new season for Mercury, and it's some clearer thought, and it's also it will help inform our actions as we move further into what is becoming quickly our season for a little bit of growth in the things that we need to do to settle ourselves and to anchor ourselves and to sink our roots in, get a deeper base to support us, right? Because we can go higher if we have a stronger foundation. All right, so, or we can build better, bigger, whatever analogy you want to use for it. Okay, now, this is going to feel preternaturally strange. If you feel elation today, I highly recommend that you remain open to this, because this is the harbinger of what is going to come to us near the equinox, all right? Or actually the solstice. Yeah, I'm looking at the solstice. We get the equinox coming up, but I'm looking further ahead to the solstice times, right around when the sun's in Capricorn. Don't try to logic it out. Okay, the events in Pisces and in Scorpio have long roots that will bind the planets in Virgo. There's a sense of wonder that you can use. There's a sense of wonder here that if you overthink this stuff, you're going to make it go away. It's going to be scared. It's going to be like, oh no, that's not going to happen. No, you got to flow with it, okay? Instead, flow. Feel the flow, go with the flow. You feel it rising, you rise with it. Now, set a Yule intention tonight by allowing outcomes to inform your intention. Yule intentions already? Yes. I suggest your light red and green candles to celebrate your direction and outcomes. Okay, I'm going to do it because that's what I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating my direction and my outcomes. I suggest you do the same. I've actually had those candles in there for 2 days. They're just sitting there waiting. They're going to get tonight when I sit down to record for Wednesday. That's the time I will light them. All right, so our event is in 1963. CBS expands the CBS Evening News program anchored by Walter Cronkite from 15 to 30 minutes. Can you believe that in this 24-hour news cycle that we are in now? 1963, the news was 15 minutes long, and that's the way it was. Okay. And our birth is in 1936, Andrew Grove. He's a Hungarian-American pioneer in the semiconductor industry. He's one of the founders and CEOs of Intel, and he's also a philanthropist. He was born in Budapest in Hungary, and that's what we got for you. He died in 2016. And thank you so much for listening. Thank you for coming by. To recap what I got, the color is the reddish-brown of a black cat fur in the sunshine. If you've seen it, you've seen it. If you know, you know. And today's keyword is boost. Today's an 8. Appreciate and love every single one of you. Thank you so much. Happy Astro-catting.